Now, farmers, of course, of recent years have shown themselves to be the real line in the sand when it comes to what people are willing to cop. Remember the brave Canadian farmers and truckers and their fight against the idiocy of COVID lockdowns? And then, of course, of recent years, particularly French farmers, but also ones wider across Europe, they were fighting back against, again, stupid, crazy new rules. Well, here's a new one that's coming our way. UK farmers. UK farmers have taken to the streets. They are pushing hard against new rules put in place by a very London-centric government that, of course, is punishing people in regional areas because they have no issue about how they vote because they will never end up voting Labor. Sound familiar to what happens here in Australia? One of the people who took to the streets is none other than the bloke whose sensational show on Amazon called Clarkson's Farm, Jeremy Clarkson. You've got to watch this. You've really got to watch this show. He's funny, he's interesting, but most importantly, he shows you the plight of life in rural areas. And you can see this is a, swashbuckling bloke from London who's decided to experience that life. The people and the life we know is tough. Here is why he took to the streets.
As I've said in the past, if she'd have wanted to take out the likes of James Dyson and investment bankers and so on, she would have used a sniper's rifle. But she's used a blunderbuss and she's hit all this lot. It was, as I understand it, it was a very rushed last-minute decision. And I think, we all make mistakes in life, and I think it's time for them to say, you know what, we cop this one up a bit and back down. That's my view.
Right, that's why he's in it. He'll cop it, of course, in and around the rifle conversation. Here is an explanation, though, about the wider issue and why they were protesting.
Look at this. This is really chastening, I think. This is farm business income. This is for cropping farms, so horticulture, cereals and the like. Over the last 3 years, look, last year, nearly £100,000 was the average income, not profit, money coming through the door. Look at last year, less than £50,000. It's been a dreadful year on the farm. You're only bringing in less than £50,000 on average through the door before you account for a profit. And you've got a big tax bill annually, you've got to think, where is that money going to come from? And that is where, without tax planning, there are ways around this. You can pass estates on 7 years early, you can get life insurance. But that's why some farmers are saying they're going to have no choice but to sell land to pay the tax man.
Extraordinary stuff. Strength and love to everyone who's on the land. We look forward to celebrating you yet again, our town. Sunday night, this one from Bendigo in Victoria. But wherever you are, we really appreciate everyone watching us, especially those people watching us right now on Sky News Regional. Thank you for the support that you show this program each and every night. We'll send nothing but strength and love your way. All right, a couple of other things worth mentioning. Tassie, what the heck's going on in Tassie? They already had an election this year. We know that the government effectively is a minority government. It has been propped up by people who used to be part of the Jackie Lambie alliance. They couldn't stand working with her, so they became independents to prop up the government. But guess what? It has already been tested and it was this close to the whole thing falling over again and a new election being called. It's all in relations to poker machines, and there's been a long fight for a long time, but the Labor Party in Tasmania is nuts about, and they're obsessed with wanting to ban these things. It doesn't matter how many elections they lose and how many times and how many bits of the state they turn around and tell them to bugger off. No, they're going to, keep going because that's the way they like to march on. So, because things have not changed, things have changed, you saw the Labor Party get up with the Greens and others to try to force a no-confidence motion. That would, of course, effectively mean either a change of government on the floor of the parliament, but because the Labor Party doesn't have enough numbers, what it would actually mean is off to a brand new election. I love you, Tassie. You deserve better than the garbage that's going on there right now. Unbelievable.